find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards, you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. All right, guys, let's talk about Northwestern. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line, and getting a 3-star guy like this can really help them at this level, Jesse.
Yeah, and when you get guys like that on your offensive line, if you can get a couple dudes like that, all of a sudden now you can hang with bigger, better competition. Games are still won and lost in the trenches. I know this is just one piece, but getting this 3-star offensive lineman who's very highly recruited, that is a massive win for this head coach.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
To the air, it's Clay. Get it out on the screen. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this.
There he goes. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun. Give on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
On third down, he drops to throw. Rush is on him. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And he scoops his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Caught in the backfield, it's Mung. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quick handoff. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 3rd and long. The give to the back. He just refused to go down, kept finding space and picked up 7. It'll be 4th and 1. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And defensively, man, you just want to get to 4th down, right? Give yourself an opportunity. And even though it was 4th and 1, try to get the stop, especially this part of the field where they could come away with points and kick a field goal, or they could come away with a touchdown. Man, I want to get this stop and get off the field, but the offense executed. Defense just missed out.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Michigan.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he'll hold it and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. That's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they're executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Off-play action on 1st down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
A strike downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get into the ground. That is a ball.
Northwestern coming to the line with another 1st down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Wildcats back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Right back to the well. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the 1st half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Davis. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wildcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on his defense.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times on these goal-to-go situations. First and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won that physical battle. Interested to see now if the offense thinks they can still run, or do they go to the passing game?
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And he added the extra point. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing, running, turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
He's out across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and execution continues to be key.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Complete to the left. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. And the Wolverines with the 1st and 10. To the air, it's Rudolph. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball and fall to the ground.
He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Wolverines come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And
got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverine. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. We've got a timeout here late in the first half and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
To the air. It's Clay. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. You've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card. You saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals.
And the Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Got it in the middle. It's Chester. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Makes the catch. It's Mung. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. The Wolverines lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Big play for this offense, and they get it to the 32.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd and
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They'll send out the kicker here. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. That is no good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The give out of the gun. Plows through the defense. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick shovel pass. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
And the defense carries the day. They win at the line of scrimmage, and they stuff him on 3rd and inches. Northwestern will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know,
Breaks into the open. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quickly to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. Reads it, fires complete. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the 3rd quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he's looking really good. Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. They want to run this quarterback. Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Looking downfield, it's Clay. Finds the tight end. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the tailback. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Shakes off the defender. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Clay. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're...
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Converts on 4th down, still going. Offense on the move. A big play there, gets it to the 30. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but on big moments, big 4th downs, they look for it.
And those guys are so hard to get your hands on. Like, you want to come up and jam them, you know the ball's going to come out pretty quickly, but he does a great job winning at the line of scrimmage, QBing him, same page. 4th down, no problem.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Flips it out in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's caught downfield. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Northwestern! A great catch and run for 6. Ready to try the point after.
Defense has got to do a better job of corralling this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get Hats to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. So here comes the Michigan offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive here.
And we know that this is the identity. Coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's going to lose a yard on that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Wolverines line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of... It's to be found. Good. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights